works.
That's what they called it in The Secret.
All right, here with LoLo and Lexie, and we've got another great topic for you today. We're going to talk about ways to honor others.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You got that right.
All right, what do you mean?
So I've written a blog about how to honor your spouse, but I thought we'd just talk today about how to honor our friends or people we come across. And the first thing is to listen. You know, listen to what people say. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in what we're thinking about or what we're planning to do that we truly don't hear others.
Right.
And honoring someone is as simple as listening to what they want to tell you or what they want to share with you.
And if you don't listen, and I've caught myself, actually other people have caught me with this, they can tell when I have a short attention span. And I hope that you don't say, yeah, I've seen you do this too.
I have seen you. I have seen
Yeah.
you. But that's okay.
I do too,
don't have
though.
a problem with
I
it.
have that same issue.
Oh, that's
Other
awful. I
people
hate
do.
that. I've been told by friends, yeah, I can tell when I've lost you in a conversation because you'll be fine for like 5 minutes, and then you're just kind of off in space. And I don't want people to see that. I don't want to do that
okay.
either.
But that's your quirky personality. I mean, I cut it short. I know that 5 minutes is your limit. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I do think that a lot of times, you know, sometimes people really need to say something, and if we don't hear them, we're not really honoring or respecting
Yeah.
them. So I think that's just one thing. And I think another thing is patience. Be patient with people. You know, maybe they're not moving as quick as you think they should in the car ahead of you, or
Don't
maybe
be so quick to judge. Yeah.
right, or maybe they're hogging the whole grocery aisle with their cart. I have difficulties being patient with that, you know, but then, you know, I can always turn around and go the other way. But being patient and just allowing people to be who they are.
Well,
They'll
allowing
figure
people
their
to be
stuff out.
people.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing to realize. We're all human, we're all different, we're all unique, and, you know, we're gonna be how we are.
Yeah.
And with a lot of the things that you guys bring up, I think, okay, I'm doing that not for the other person. I'm not being patient for the other person. I'm being patient for me because I don't need my blood pressure to go up.
Right.
I don't need.
Right.
I don't need to be all upset about something that I shouldn't be upset over.
Right.
And I think we've talked about this on multiple episodes. I don't use my horn in the car. I don't honk unless it's to avoid an accident
That's
Yeah.
one.
or to remind someone, hey, the light's green.
Right. Not,
That's
yeah.
one I've had to just recently work on. For
Have
sure.
you really? See, I've never been someone to honk out of anger.
Oh, I
Me
used to be bad about it. Really bad. And in the last about 6 months, which my husband and I share a car, so that helps. But we watched something on TV, and it was just about road rage and just how it's very dangerous. And you don't know how you're going to, just like you get angry because someone's not moving fast enough or whatever the deal is, your horn could totally set off somebody in a very bad way. So that's been a big one for me.
Yeah. Well, and everybody assumes that someone's looking at their phone and they're not
Nobody
paying
knows the
attention.
whole story.
Yeah.
Right, don't be quick to judge.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe they dropped something in their lap that's burning or something. You know,
Or
give them.
maybe they're trying to get to the hospital or something. So,
Yeah.
anyways, what
But-
else?
All right. So, how about let's appreciate that everybody's different. You know, so you may have a short attention span, which you brought up. Well, that's okay because I have a short attention span. Maybe you didn't know that, but I can only listen for about 3 minutes, and then I start getting the deer in the headlight look, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to see that I'm not, you know. So when we all recognize that we're all different, but
We actually see how many similar qualities we all have when we realize that we can all be different.
See, the other thing about me is, and it goes along the same lines, not only do I have a short attention span, but I invented FOMO, fear of missing out.
Oh, that's
Oh.
me too.
I was the first one to ever have that.
oh really?
Oh,
guarantee
I
it.
have that too.
And so when I'm in a conversation in a room with someone, and some of this may be the sports radio background, because when you're covering a sporting event and you go in the locker room
Yeah.
and you have your microphone in the linebacker's face,
Yeah.
you're looking around that locker room to see if there's someone more important to
Uh,
talk to, because
yeah.
you don't want to have the microphone in the second string
Right.
linebacker's face when the quarterback is over on the other side of the room talking.
Right.
So you're constantly, you got to hear, and that's one of the reasons I didn't like locker rooms, because it's a very rude environment, because
Oh yeah.
this guy could be in the middle of talking, and as soon as you see the quarterback talk, you just leave in the middle of his
really,
sentence.
wow.
Right.
And I don't like that.
That's not very honoring.
But that's fear of missing out. Fear of missing the good quote over there.
The next best thing that's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I think another one too to honor others is appreciate that others have different opinions.
and I think that is a great point because right now with the election that we just went through, it seems like our country right now, and Mark's going to tell me it's always been this way, but is very black and white.
Also predictable.
Well, no, it's very black and white. Like,
Yeah, you're either
I
one way or
believe
the
this,
other way.
or I believe this. There's no gray, and I'm a very gray person, you know. And I think Lexie is too. That she's
I'm
very
willing
good.
I like to see both sides before I get too reactive because I can react. I know that I have to put myself in other people's shoes so that I don't judge, so I don't, so I can accept people's differences and things like that. And so I just try to put myself in that situation of seeing other sides and things like that. And when you do, when you're open, you know, then you can either you see that you are right or you see that maybe you could tweak something. I mean, it's good to be self-aware like that.
I think most people are like that actually. When you get right down to it, most people are gray, but we're not allowed to be gray.
Right, they don't want, exactly. You can't come out and say,
Yeah, they're
you-
fearful to be gray.
But I will say this: there's some candidates that, because I'm exactly the same way. I try, and I want to hear the other side. I want them to talk me into their side.
Yeah.
I want to see what am I missing. And I got to tell you, 9 times out of 10, as I'm watching a certain network on this TV up here,
All the time.
Yeah.
I find myself with an open mind, I think at least, trying to see what am I missing. I end up yelling at the TV, which is worse than honking the horn because they
no,
can't
I
hear me
get
when
that,
I'm yelling
yeah.
at the TV.
That's true. It's like when you go to the movies and the killer's coming up on someone and people in the theater are yelling, look out, you know, they can't hear you. So, I was
Yeah,
random,
but-
sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah, no, I get that too. Just, I'm the same way. But sometimes I find if I try to really look on the other side, then I'm almost like setting myself up to get upset too. So it's more just being open and not having a preconceived idea.
Well, and I guess honor that person that they even have an opinion.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that aren't educated or don't educate themselves on the issues and they don't have an opinion. They just want to complain. So, I guess another thing we need to do is talk about how to encourage others. And, you know, by encouraging others, you're honoring others. Sometimes people need to hear a word of encouragement. We were at Tuesday Morning Live and someone was getting ready to speak and they just said, you know, my heart's not in it. I don't know why, but I'll be able to get, you know, I'll go on when I get up there and it'll all work out. And I just told him, I said, listen, I prayed for you on the way here that you were going to give a great, you know,
30 seconds.
spotlight.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it's spotlight. That like he was going to do a 10-minute. And I said, but
That wasn't this last Tuesday, was it?
it's been a
Okay.
couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And I just told him, I said, you know, I just said a quick prayer to God that, you know, you were going to get up there because you're always so entertaining and we're just going to have a great time. And he said, you did that? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, I can do it now. You know, and just that little bit of encouragement, just telling him that someone else cared, you know, got him. And they even introduced him wrong. And they said his name, but they said the wrong company. And so he went in having to kind of go in that bubble, and he did great, and it was amazing. But again, it was just 1 minute worth of encouraging words.
Yeah, and once again, selfishness, encouraging someone else really makes you feel good as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, and taking it from telling somebody what they need to do to encouraging them is important.
So hopefully we've given some tips on how people can honor others by, basically it's all kindness.
And you're honoring yourself by honoring others.
That's a genius point right there. You're absolutely right about that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Very sweet. Thank you.
So check us out. We're Grateful Gratitude on most platforms and Grateful Gratitude 11 on Instagram. We have YouTube, Facebook.
Our blog is gratefulgratitude.net though.
Yes, that is correct. And here we are at our podcast. So
All right.
thanks for listening. That's a quick one. Okay. I better say the last one.